Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance Boxing. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always, my man in the iconic NWO Hulk Hogan t-shirt. Love it,
My
love it.
all-time favorite Hulk Hogan shirt. I love
Um,
NWO Hollywood's my favorite Hollywood. Hogan, I mean.
so, so we're coming off we're coming off the horrible news that was delivered yesterday about Hulk Hogan. And before we get into the show chats, we've had a day now to kind of listen to everyone. And there's a lot of great testimonies coming out towards Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan did a lot more than just wrestling. He helped people in this public. He helped people in the community, and none of that was ever mentioned because
Well,
he never mentioned it.
thanks for saying that. When Ric Flair's son passed away, Hogan lent Flair a couple hundred G's, whatever the number was.
Yeah. With Reed, yeah, but
Yeah,
just
Reed.
not even with people at that level, like on the wrestling level. These are just people in his community in
Mm,
Clearwater, Florida, in Tampa Bay. The people, the stories that are emerging. Hogan saved a girl's life, not physically, not by actually doing something, but just being there and spending time with her and ensuring her that if she fights hard and perseveres, she will be okay. And that little bit gave her the strength she needed inside her brain to overcome the
yeah.
physicality of it all. The other thing I want to talk about is how I am disappointed in certain superstar legends. I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to start anything.
Well, I got a
But
feeling I know who you're going with this, and I got a feeling he's going to do a tribute tonight on SmackDown.
well, let's find out.
Let's
Let's hope
see.
so. Let's hope.
We won't
So
say his
Smack,
name until we see SmackDown. We'll see, but I think he might say
yeah,
something there.
I hope so. Let's find out, right?
Maybe that's why
Uh,
he's being quiet.
perhaps, but it kind of bothers me to the extent. Like, look, we talked about it yesterday, and to full extent. But the reality of it is, the man is polarizing, but he did more good than he ever did bad,
Oh, by far.
right? And unfortunately, it's the last 5 years of his life where most of this nonsense has been happening, and it's not fair. We have to respect someone who's passed away, regardless,
But
right?
Hogan was doing big business things. He's got the bar across from Times Square.
Yeah,
He's got the Real American Beer, which is doing great sales. So he was doing some big business stuff here,
yeah,
and
and
he was
apparently he was
kicking butt.
working on something top secret with the WWE. So I don't know what's going to happen to that now. Big wrestling is supposed to be happening pretty soon. In fact, it was supposed
This
to
weekend,
debut
Saturday,
this weekend. So
still going on. The
everything,
show I was talking about. It's on this weekend.
okay, fantastic. So everything is everything. But I just wanted to touch on that. And the other thing I want to say, shame on Chelsea Green.
Why?
She's had a beautiful tribute to Hogan, but because of these fair weather fans that are out there now, they were giving her backlash. Why are you being nice to Hogan? Why are you saying this? And she kind of apologized to those fans for saying what she said about Hogan, saying, "Hey, you know, I'm not going to go into it, but why are you apologizing for giving a good tribute?" I'll leave it at that.
Chelsea's trying to be woke, trying to be cool, but those same people that she's appeasing will turn on her barrier when she does something in her personal life. Here's one more thing. You know what I'm most disappointed? Like, everybody knows Hogan is the most famous wrestler of all time. You take his picture to anybody, they know who the man is. He can't go anywhere without being noticed. Hulk Hogan is the GOAT, hands down. But here's the thing. Some of these superstars are bitter. They're jealous because Hogan is more popular than made more money. I get why some of these guys are being quiet. You know what actually disgusts me more than some of these guys being quiet? Is
Great tell.
AEW hasn't said one thing. They're posting on X all day long. Tony Khan has mentioned one thing about Hogan. So you didn't like what Hogan said? Okay, fine. But he is the greatest of all time, the most popular, the most influential, a pop culture icon. You say Elvis, Ali, Hogan, he's in that stratosphere. This
There's only
geek Tony Khan has not even acknowledged Hogan. So what? He didn't wrestle for you. That's like saying if Manny Pacquiao dies, that another promotion can't give him credit. No, it's garbage. So Tony
yeah,
Khan, you better do something for Hogan. At least acknowledge him of an all-time great or something. I don't know. You have to be like a big tribute like SmackDown, but do something for the guy. Come on.
well, I mean, they've always stayed on that horse of we don't like Hogan because of what he said. Okay.
Mm.
But come on, man. I mean,
Didn't
the
Tony Khan
more
have Mike Tyson come out on Dynamite?
well, yeah, he had Mike Tyson out there. He's had all these other people out there. So, I mean, I get it. Words hurt. I get it. But we're all victim of it. And if you don't want people to say that word, then you shouldn't be in the music.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying,
Tony Khan is not offended by what Hogan says. He's just trying to appease the woke mob. That's all he's doing.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. And how can you go against a man all he ever preached? And I'm a testament to it because I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Watching back old matches, I remember watching Hogan versus Sheik. And who would have thought at that time that this was going to be the beginning of Hulkamania? I didn't, but
Yeah.
it grew. I just watched Macho Man getting saved by Hulk Hogan, by the Hart Foundation on the Honky Tonk Man. I mean, it's just these nostalgic moments. I mean, Hogan was what it was, man. I don't care what anybody says.
Larger than life.
Dude, I don't, you and can I speak for both of us on this
Yeah.
one? You and I don't condone his actions, for what he said and what he has said. We don't condone that, but we understand who he was.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just leave it at that. All right, man, we're a boxing show today, so let's get right into it. We had three great fights over this past weekend. I want to get into them with you. First, let's talk about Bam and Kafu, man. How did you see that fight play out, man? I was kind of disappointed. I thought I'd see a different Kafu. The reason I say this, the only thing that stood out about that guy was his hot pink hair on the night. Okay, when you, well, no, the reason I say
That
this
caught
is,
everybody off guard. Yeah.
no, the guy walks out with bright pink fluorescent hair. That was the only thing he had going for him on that night. Now, Chance, if you're a boxer, a professional boxer, you're scheduled to fight Bam Rodriguez. Okay, I'm talking hypothetically here, and
Mm.
then you find out he's already signed the contract for his next fight after this. How disrespected would you feel?
Super disrespectful. You figure that would have gave him more motivation.
Right. And the hype on Cat Flu is such where everyone thought, oh, this is going to be a tough fight. This is going to be different. This is going to be a test for Bam.
Yeah.
Bam controlled him right from the get-go. Just beat the only round that I gave to Kafu was the ninth round. Tell me more.
I agree with you, man. And Bam Rodriguez, he after the fight, he said, I gave myself an A+ performance for that 10th round knockout. So he's quite happy with himself. But I don't know. You figure that Cafu would have had more,
Oomph.
yeah, more oomph, more energy. Like, you disrespected me. You've already planned your next fight. I'm going to finish you, dude. And I know Bam's a more talented guy, but I thought Cafu put up a better performance. I guess the pink hair was a psych job. I don't know what it was, but it didn't make a difference. He still got your butt kicked.
He totally got his butt kicked right from the get-go. I mean, first two rounds right off the bat, I'm watching this thing and I'm like, okay, get off the ropes, man. He couldn't get off the ropes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he couldn't get anything together. Bam, just kind of putting combinations together. It felt honestly what I felt like watching that was a man working out on a heavy bag.
Yeah.
That's what that fight was, right? But congratulations to Bam. He's one step closer. He's getting a step closer to the ultimate goal, Nakatani or Inoue. But that's down the road. I think we're looking at those matchups potentially in the next year and a half. He's got to move up in weight, and if Inoue stops at 130, then that's a potential fight that we could see happening in the next year and a half.
I think so.
So congratulations to Bam. It wasn't much more to say to that. It was a man working out on a heavy bag.
Just dominating him. Yeah.
Just dominating completely. And, I expected more from Cafu, and this probably hurts his stock too now, man. Like you did nothing. You showed up and did nothing.
Stole a paycheck, man. That's all he did.
That's all it was. All right, let's move on to Usyk versus Dubois. Do we want to talk about the house party or do we want to talk about the fight first?
Mm-hmm. Well, I was lucky because I got to watch that fight.
Vegas, poolside.
Huh?
Yeah, Vegas poolside.
Yeah, at the circus. I took a Uber down to the circus so I could watch the fights because they weren't really playing them at MGM. They don't play the pay-per-view fights there, right? It's hard to find a pay-per-view fight in the Vegas casinos. Only certain places have them.
You figure at the betting stations, like where they have all the TVs there at the MGM, one of those TVs would have had the fight on, man.
I didn't see it, man. Yeah, I didn't see it. So I was like,
weird,
whatever.
Right?
I went down there, watched in the pool, and
those are comfortable chairs too.
Oh yeah, you could sit there all day, dude. Every game's on. You got horse racing, but there's even bowling on. Like whatever you want.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't have the championship fight on.
I guess because you got to pay. You got to pay, and you got to pay a certain fee to to put those fights on. They got to buy you UFC. I think for a bar is like $3,000 to buy the UFC to put on a bar, so you can't just throw it on at random without paying for it. Maybe they want to pay for it. I guess I don't know.
No. I get that completely. I get that.
Yeah. So,
Completely.
anyways, it was good. It was, dude. Like, it was amazing to watch it with a Bud Light in my hand in the pool, watching Usyk the ball on this massive ass screen. I don't know how big it is. This massive screen. It was a masterful performance by Usyk, dude. Like, it was. He outclassed him, outperformed him. Dubois wasn't ready to fight. He was partying. He's coming late to the arena, goofing around. It didn't matter if he didn't or not. He still would have lost, but maybe he would have went a few more rounds. I don't know why he was going up against one of the greatest fighters in the world, an all-time great, and you're not prepared. You don't come on time. You come to the parking lot where the main people park. You're out partying. Like, that's crazy.
So let's just shed some light on it. So basically, this all came out after the fight. So first off,
yeah, we didn't know before. No,
we didn't know before. He showed up 90 minutes before the fight, which is a no-no. Okay. Because you need your time to prepare, you need to get ready, you need to do all the things that you need to do. He already set himself back. He could have had a great camp, he could have had a great everything leading up to it, but he killed himself by doing what he did in those last 90 minutes, right? Not giving himself enough time. Now, people say that he looked good in the first 2 rounds, this and that. I highly disagree, and tell me if I'm wrong or if you disagree with me. I really feel that Usyk controlled that fight right off the bat. The best chance that Daniel had was in that first minute and a half of that first round, where he actually backed him up and got him to the corner. Usyk squirmed his way out of there, hits him with a heavy jab, and that was it for me. Because after that, everything Usyk did was just playing with him. He literally played with him until he decided to knock him out in the 5th round. Even the way he knocked him out, the flying punch that Dubois threw, rookie mistake. He left himself completely unguarded for another jab, which weakened him even more. So, and I said this at the beginning as well, and I said this on Red, in the Red, with Jam and those guys at Red Room, that he has 3 rounds to get something done, or this fight's over, right? Because Usyk is a guy who downloads all the information, very Terran Crawford like, download all the information, and then he starts his attack. By the 4th round, he gets going. So this is the same thing here, man. Now, what happened is that afternoon of the fight, Daniel's dad had about 70 people over and having a party. Who has a party in the middle of the day on the day that you're fighting for the undisputed world heavyweight championship? Daniel
that's a lack of
then
focus.
got his father to drive him as if he was taking him to school. Couldn't get into the lot, so he had to park in the general parking, and the dude had to walk to the arena.
I know. That's bad.
I watched an interview with Frank Warren this morning, and you could see how disgusted he was. He was saying all the right things about Daniel, but there's no way he could sugarcoat the nonsense of showing up late and not being prepared. Usyk, man, undisputed. He has, everyone's saying he's a generational great. I have to put him on that pedestal of one of the greatest of all time.
Hands down. Yeah, man. Like, I break it down this way. Usyk, he was a masterclass performance, counter punching, ring generalship. Dubois was aggressive, but like I said, Usyk was his footwork is too good. He kept counter punching him. Like you said, he downloaded information. He knew what Dubois was going to do. He waited him out, found the right time, and just dropped him, dude. And Dubois, like, he's tough, but he's not on Usyk's level. Doesn't have the footwork, doesn't have the counter punching, doesn't have the ring IQ. But not many, like you just said, he's an all-time great. Not many have that ring IQ. Listen to these numbers right here. According to CompuBox stats, Usyk landed 46% of his power punches in the 5th round, including 8 of 11 power shots, with the final left hook proving to be lethal and knocked him out. Dubois threw 179 punches more in the first fight, but he was just too aggressive, and he left his openings and the counter punching, boom, he's done. So I get Dubois' thing. He came out hard, he came pressing him, but Usyk knew that his footwork is too good. He counter punched him at 8 out of 11 power shots in the final round. Like, holy cow, it's amazing.
I get the feeling, as I was listening to you talk, and a thought just occurred to me. Daniel approached this fight the way he did with Joshua. And the problem there was Joshua wasn't ready for that onslaught, and he got caught because of it.
Yeah.
So in a way, Usyk was already prepared for that.
He knew Dubois was coming aggressive.
And he threw Dubois off. And what I've noticed about Dubois, when he gets thrown off, he doesn't know what to do. He becomes complacent. He loses his skill set, it feels like. Like, and when he becomes complacent and he doesn't know what to do, I hate to use these words because I don't believe in him, but the man quit. He gave up.
What do you mean? In what sense?
In the sense, meaning once he realized he couldn't execute the way he thought he was going to, the way he had envisioned it in his mind, he gives up.
Well,
He
he
loses,
throws out the game plan. He just gets to that. He got those power shots. He's hoping he can catch it. He's like, what
right,
Usyk's
right,
too
but
quick.
he diminishes himself. He slows down.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he almost gives up in the moment.
Yeah,
It's
I
just his
mean,
hands were down. His hands were down. Why are you down? Like I'm just saying, just all the little things when it didn't start to work for him, when he took that first shot in the first round, from that moment on, Dubois, everything changed on him, in my opinion.
yeah. No, it was
It's,
he got smacked. I don't think he realized Usyk hit so hard. Like he does hit hard. He's put
yeah,
down guys before, but like holy shit.
he
So
shook
we
Tyson.
all knew Usyk was going to win.
Like I get
So
it. Tyson
I'm
Fury
glad he
saying,
ended it
"Oh,
now.
Tyson's trying to build himself off of it, saying, he knocked down Joshua, he knocked down Dubois, but he could never knock me down." Yeah, he had you wobbled, mate.
Yeah.
He had him wobbled nicely, right?
Usyk,
And this,
yeah, Fury's saying I've given you the best two fights you've ever had. They're
yeah, I mean,
close. Usyk won, but it was close.
yeah, they were close, but I don't think they were as close as Tyson thinks.
He thinks he won him.
Yeah, I believe that, and he has to believe that. And if he doesn't believe that, then something wrong. I get that. I completely understand that. I'm not going to argue that. But the reality of it in my mind is, yeah, they were close, but Usyk won.
Yeah, he won. He edged him out.
Right? He held him. All right, brother man. I think we've talked about that one. So congratulations to Oleksandr Usyk, three-time undisputed, two-time undisputed heavyweight champion. Tell me if I'm wrong, prove me wrong, but you know what? A generational great for sure, but absolutely one of the all-time greats, and we got to see him in real time.
Top 10 heavyweight of all time, if not higher, dude. He's not done yet.
Absolutely. No, he's not done yet. I think Joseph Parker should be next.
That's what they're saying. That's the mandatory, so he'll fight him. He'll beat Parker easily.
Yeah,
Parker's
yeah.
top, but he's not on Usyk's level, man. There's just no way.
No, for sure,
I
for
don't think
sure.
anybody can beat Usyk, man. I don't think he's ever going to lose. Unless
You
he
know,
sticks around, he's like 42, 43. If he gets out of here in the next year, he'll never lose a fight. He's too good.
I feel that Oleksandr Usyk is like a Rolls Royce, in my opinion. All right. If you maintain it and you take care of it, even at 38 years old, that car will purr.
Yeah.
And this guy does nothing but take care of his body. And, granted, he's got over 400 plus, including amateurs,
Mm-hmm.
close to 400 fights under his belt. But it's just a testament to his level of skill that the man's really never been hit. Have you ever seen him bleed?
No, he's had a couple mouse under his eye, but no, I've never seen him cut.
Yeah, but the guy's never been cut open him, I don't think.
He's so hard to hit. He's a rabbit.
Exactly.
His footwork is
There
too
you
good.
go.
You can't get him.
There you go. So greedy belly, wait your turn. I love how he references them all, man. Greedy belly.
Yeah. No, I love Usyk. And he's a class act too, right? He likes to clown around and have fun.
Good man. He's a good family man.
Yep.
More people need to get behind guys like that than this is, and the people that do stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's all I'm going to say about that. Speaking of a robbery, speaking of robbery in broad daylight, but by this account, it would be evening daylight. You were there live, my friend. Talk to me about Manny Pacquiao and the vibe that was there.
Probably 80%, 75%, 80 were cheering for him. Amazing atmosphere. All Manny fights are exciting. He comes forward, he brings the action. So especially seeing him live, you're getting your money's worth. Same thing. They had the ring in the MGM. The elevators had the Pacquiao Barrio stuff. It was all little store they had. It was Pacquiao mania, right? He looked amazing, dude. Like we keep saying, oh, he's 46. He's 46. If you did not know his age, you didn't know Barrio's age, you'd think they were the same age. You wouldn't know the difference because Pacquiao was faster. He was more explosive. I mean, Barrios, he didn't do much. Like he threw some punches. He pressured. He caught Pacquiao a few times, but I was sitting by this guy and I said to him, when I heard that Barrios won the first judge gave it to Barrios 115, 113, I'm like, oh no, they're going to do a draw. I just knew it before they even said, I just knew that was going to happen. I thought after the fight was over, 8-4 Pacquiao, maybe 7-5 if you want to be generous. He won the fight. He got robbed. I think 95% of all the experts and boxers all agree, from even what's his name there, Jim Gray, to every, you just name a
The
guy.
Atlas.
Yeah, they all say he got robbed, and he did. And they stole a moment of history from Manny Pacquiao with incompetent judging. How can you see that as a draw? Is crazy. How can you give the fight to Barrios? The one judge give the fight to Barrios. That's the most outrageous thing I've ever heard. He didn't win that fight. What fight were you watching?
When I watched the fight, I too 8 rounds to 4, and I was
Yeah.
calling it in Red Room with the boys there.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't hear the commentating. I was kind of watching it and talking about it at the same time. 8-4 Manny. Manny looked great for the first 3 rounds, as far as I'm concerned. The speed was there and everything. And to be fair is fair. He did slow down after the third round, but he was still very fast,
Well, he
right?
was pacing himself to go 12, right?
Exactly, exactly. But that being said, I think what the judges were seeing were Barrios throwing these jabs continuously, where Manny was doing more of the stylistic stuff, right? So he would come out strong after the third round onwards. From what I saw, he came out strong. He was trying to get those quick little combinations in, and then Barrios worked the jab in the middle round. And as soon as that clapper hit for the last 10 seconds, Manny tried to jump around. He was, jumping off his feet, lunging in, this and that. Manny was the better boxer on the night,
Oh,
absolutely.
absolutely.
And the reality, the thing is here, man. Let's go back to his fight with Abel Ramos, and I'm talking about Mario Barrios here
Mm.
against Abel on the undercard of Jake Paul Tyson. He didn't look great in that fight either.
No,
And I felt that I really felt that Abel won that fight,
I thought he edged it out.
right? But again, this is the second time now that Mario's gotten a decision where he didn't look good,
No, well, he's just
right?
not. He's a champion. I know he's right. I think he's ranked number 7 by WBC, but yeah, he's just not. He's not quick, right? He's smart. He's a good counterpuncher, but he's just not
he
explosive. It's a boring
he
style that he has.
he was mirroring Pacquiao's style. If Pacquiao was going fast, he was going fast. If Pacquiao slowed down, he slowed down. He
Mm.
didn't take advantage of when Pacquiao slowed down. That was his opportunity as a younger man with the bigger reach and the height and probably
He
more
couldn't
weight
though.
on his.
So I think he wanted to. The strategy they were saying was we wanted to pressure him to come at him. But once he realized, well, shit, he's faster than me, and he hits too hard. He even said after the fight, this old man can crack still. He's quick and he hits hard. He had the big mouse under his eye. So I think he wanted to do that. He realized Pacquiao's angles were too hard to get him. Pacquiao is hard to hit, and Pacquiao was coming in and out, and he couldn't do what he wanted. So he kind of just stayed. I'm just going to counterpunch him and let Pacquiao dictate it because Pacquiao knew I got to control this fight. I got to control the distance. I got to control the pace because the younger man, Barrios, seems that was our game plan. Make Pacquiao feel old, press him, use our height, but he couldn't because he was too fast. So then I think he just reverted back.
Yeah. No, I mean it's
And his corner kept saying, "Stop giving him effing respect. Stop giving him effing respect." It's not that he's giving Pacquiao respect. He doesn't want to get knocked out by the old man because that's how hard Pacquiao cracks. So he's like,
yeah, no,
"Holy crap!"
he even said himself, he said, yeah, he hit me hard, right? I mean, Barrio's gonna say all the right things, even he knows he lost,
Yeah, he knows.
right? He knows it. You can see
The,
it in
the
his
worst
eyes
part
when the
about this
decision.
is that Pacquiao's had like some bad decisions before. The Bradley decision, the first time was an absolute robbery. I watched that in 2012 at Finnegan's,
Yeah,
and then they robbed him in Australia when he beat Jeff Horn. And
yeah.
this was the absolute worst one because he would have beat his old record when he beat Keith Thurman, and to steal this moment from him, it's horrible. Um, he's going to fight again, and he'll beat Barrios again, or he'll fight somebody else. But to steal this moment in time in history when he won the fight, 95% of experts, fans knew he won it, and to do that to him, it's just horrible stuff.
No, it's horrible. It's not fair, and
But I've been a Pacquiao. I've seen him win a bunch of times. I've seen him lose against Ugas, and I've seen him draw. So I've seen him win, lose, and draw live every time.
well, there you go. And a consummate professional. He didn't lash out at anybody. He took it like
Oh, but he said I won the fight. He knew I
no,
won.
he said it, but he didn't lash out, right? Like he did,
No.
other people in this industry would be screaming
Did you see
bloody
Ryan
murder.
Garcia or Ryan Teofimo Lopez? Like, hey, you effing won the fight. He's going off. Like, we all know
There
he
you
did.
go. So there's enough people that are going off for him, so he doesn't have to. So that's great. But
Amazing performance. And the thing is, all these guys, he's 46, getting knocked out. Pacquiao was never going to get knocked out. There's some guys on the PBC card that are telling you at 5-1, put $100 or $1,000 on Barrios knocking out the first 1 to 5 rounds. If you were saying that Pacquiao would be knocked out in 5 rounds by Mario Barrios, you know absolutely nothing about boxing. You know absolutely nothing about the kind of athlete Pacquiao is. He's one of the greatest athletes of all time. Not even in boxing. I'm talking any sport. He
Yeah.
is the greatest athlete as you're ever going to find. Nobody's done what he's done.
No,
Nobody's come back
100%.
besides Bernard Hopkins at 46 years old and
Yeah.
looked that good. And so all these morons tell you he's going to get hurt. He was never going to get knocked out. Barrios would never knock Pacquiao. Pacquiao knew that. That's why Pacquiao picked him. Pacquiao would never come back and make a fool of himself. He would never come back and be a shell of himself. He
Yeah.
knew I'm probably what in his reality in his mind, he probably said, I'm about 80% of what I used to be, which is still better than 95% of these guys. And that's why he came back. He's going to fight again. Who he fights, I don't know, but he's going to go again. And I hope he does, and I'll be there.
100%. And I hope to be there this time with you as well, my bro. Hopefully we can make that happen. So let's find out when that's happening. But listen, we have a historic weekend in boxing this weekend as well. But before we talk about that very quickly, not much is going on. There's a lot of fights happening this weekend, but nothing of huge noteworthiness within North America, anyways. But we do have a couple things happening here. So very quickly, man, let's talk about Clarissa Shields as she defends her undisputed heavyweight title against one Lanny Daniels, 10 rounds in Detroit, Michigan. What do you got, brother, man?
I gotta read. I wrote this on X 2-3 years ago. I gotta read this out because she needs to get her accolades, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Clarissa Shields, 16-0 with 3 KOs, nicknamed T-Rex. 30-year-old from Flint, Michigan, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. The only boxer, male or female, to achieve undisputed champion status in 3 weight classes: 154, 160, 168. Ranked as ESPN's #1 pound-for-pound female boxer, Shields is coming off a dominant unanimous decision over Danielle Perkins in February 25, securing the undisputed heavyweight title. Known for speed, power, and technical prowess, she's a massive favorite in this fight. Listen to this: 2,000 to 1.
Ooh.
You have to put $2,000 down if you want to win $100. They are giving Lanny Daniels no respect. Don't keep in mind, Lanny Daniels is now 37 years old.
Wow.
So they have no respect for Lanny Daniels. So who knows? It could get upset. She could upset Chris. You never know. But they have no respect for her. Lanny Daniels, 11-2-1. They call her the Smiling Assassin. That's a good nickname. 37 years old. She's from New Zealand. She is the reigning IBF lightweight champion, former IBF heavyweight title holder. She's on a 9-fight unbeaten streak. So I don't know why these odds are so high.
She's unknown.
She's unknown. She's from New Zealand. Nobody knows who she is.
Well, here's the reality of it.
Shields gonna knock her out. Everybody says Shields going to. I think she'll finish her.
If this girl has a bit of Maori in her, then this girl's tougher than we're giving her credit for, and people don't realize that the Maori people are very, very tough.
Yeah, she's tough.
So
this doesn't have the skill of a Shields, right?
She may not, but I definitely believe she can probably outpower her, in my opinion.
She can catch her,
but she can't outskill her.
No.
So the only hope I think she has is she has to hit her fast and quick to have any chance in this fight.
This is gonna. I think it's gonna be a cakewalk for Shields. I mean, anything can happen, but I see Shields getting out within 6 rounds. I know all the guys in red corner were saying Shields' decision. I was the only guy that picked Shields to stop her. I think Shields is gonna stop her. I think the skill level is just too much, but we'll see.
We'll find out.
I like to see Lanny Daniels pull an upset. Who knows? It's always fun to watch that, right?
Yeah.
It's like Foster Douglas versus Mike Tyson kind of thing. This is how much the gap is, right?
It is, right? But then let's just hope she doesn't come in complacent and think as we're talking. You know what I mean?
I don't think so. Shields never lost. I think she wants to keep that.
Now, speaking of Shields, you see Jake Paul and MVP capturing all the female boxers. I'm surprised. Are you surprised? Because I am that Shields hasn't gone that route.
No, I'm not surprised yet. I mean, she will eventually, probably. So there's always a few people that hold out, male or female, with the big promotions. Jake Paul doesn't have them all, but he's got 90% of the top female boxers. So Jake Paul's a very smart businessman. He saw a lane, he saw an avenue that nobody's really going into. I'll go into this lane. I got all the money to do it. Why not? But it doesn't work. Well, whatever. But he was right. It's working, and he's becoming one of the best promoters in boxing. Man, you got to give him this credit. Smart guy.
All right, so this weekend marks the last time Top Rank will be on ESPN, which means for the first time since the 40s, my friend, there has not been any boxing. There will be no boxing after tonight on linear TV.
Yeah. Cable's dying, dude. Everything's streaming now. I don't like it because you have to have you to watch the. So when I came home for the fight, I ordered the Pacquiao fight on Amazon, $80. I don't mind putting money in his pocket. So if you want it, you have to have Amazon to watch. You have to have Apple TV to watch that. You have to have Netflix to watch this. We're gonna have all these streaming services, and by the time you add it up, it's the same price as cable. And I prefer cable. I don't like doing all the streaming. I'd rather just put on the channels. But cable's like CDs. It's dying out. Eventually, everything is streaming. It sucks, but ESPN will jump on the Zone or one of these streaming platforms, and away they go. It sucks though, but it's happening.
Top Rank, right?
That's right. Top Rank. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's what I believe is happening. I think the reason they're not renewing it is because they want to renew the UFC to ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
And a part of that would be the TKO Dana White project. They want that to be a part of it. So
I don't blame them.
So I'm not, I don't think that they're going away from boxing. I think they're just going to go more into this kind of UFC
the turkey Dana White thing. I really don't blame them, man, because Dana White is an amazing promoter, one of the greatest promoters of all time. Great matchmaker. He's brilliant, man. Great guy. So ESPN wants to roll Dana White. How could you not? I love Top Rank's my favorite. Don't get me wrong, but I don't blame them. Okay, Top Rank will be fine. They got all the talent. They're going to go to streaming.
So I like this card too because this is their future they're showing here. Xander Zayas against Jorge Garcia, 12 rounds for the vacant WBO junior middleweight title. Xander getting his first real shot at a title here. This is one guy I've watched them bring up for the last 5 years, man. And it's been a pleasure to watch him. Also on this card, we got Bruce Shushu Carrington going up against Mateus Haitia, 12 rounds for the vacant WBC interim featherweight title. Emilio Vargas is also on this card. It's a good card here, man.
Yeah, everybody go to X. I broke down the Sherrington Mateus fight on there in great detail, percentages, all that nonsense. So
so all the information's there. Make sure you check us out on X. Make sure you check out these great write-ups by Mr. Chance Michaels. Chance, thank you very much for doing that. Guys, I just want to talk about something very, very quickly here. We are now, I can officially talk about this, Chance, because it's done. Our first episode went to it yesterday, but unfortunately, under the circumstances, we didn't really announce it. We didn't really make it public. We are now a part of the Wrestling Society Network. I know we're a boxing show, but we're bringing our boxing show and our wrestling show to their network because we will be the only boxing show they have.
Yeah, thanks for having us, guys. Appreciate us. Yeah, appreciate you welcoming us with open arms.
Absolutely. So, guys, check us out on YouTube on our channel as well. Never forget us here, but you can also find us on their Spotify now, and you can also find us on their network of podcasts that they run. Wow. These guys are based out of Kentucky and Tennessee and the surrounding areas. It's just a really cool experience, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It's like
more exposure, and
we're on Red Corner and we're on WSN.
Red Corner as well. So shout out to Jam and the boys, Mr. Neutral and the gang, for all the love that they've given us. And I'm finding my groove here. I'm slowly becoming a color commentator a little bit with these guys. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, they love the live streams. They've asked me to do a whole bunch. I just never do them. I'll do one day. Yeah, it's hard to do them. When you got to watch, you got the setup. So it's like,
as you can see my background right now, I'm in an ideal position where I am right now to get these kind of things done. Right?
Yeah.
If I had a normal 9 to 5 like everyone else, for the most part, I don't know if I could do these things.
Yeah.
So it kind of works in my favor.
Yeah.
So I'm able to do it.
Fun. So one day on the next big fight, I'll do one with them, one of these big fights or whatever.
For sure.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you on there, man. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. But yeah, Wrestling Society Network, great content, a lot of great shows out there. Good people, really, really great people.
The best thing about Wrestling Society Network is that every host, co-host, however you want to call them, they all have a little bit different of opinion. So they have their opinion, you have yours, I have mine, but you throw it all into the pot, and it's good to have a variety of different takes in wrestling, right? So I have a different take, you have a different take, they have a different take, and it makes it fun, right? And this is what it is, right?
I love it. And you know what? And as I've told the boys over there, what we're going to bring to you is something a little different than everyone else, right?
You could say that.
So, we're looking forward to that. And thank you very much to Jam and the boys and Mr. Neutral. And thank you to Professor Bear and Brady, who I've not met yet.
Professor Bear, best laugh in the podcast business.
Absolutely. So as the weeks progress, I've already talked to some of the lads in the boxing group, and I've talked to the boys over at WSN, and we're going to start getting some of these guys on our show so you
Yeah.
can get to know them and tie us all up together as one big happy family, man. Samp&Chance, man. We're in the States, we're in the UK, we're all over the world. This is a great time to be us.
Yeah, we're all big one family. We work together, but we're all still competitive in a friendly way. We want to have the best show. They want to have the best show.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like bands. You go on, so you want to be the best band on the stage. Doesn't mean you don't cheer for the other band to do well, but you want to be the best band. That's how it is.
No, 100%, 100%. All right, brother man, let's wrap this up. I mean, the
I
weekend.
got one thing in boxing history. I got to get this one out. Okay, one of my all-time favorites. This is in 2004. Arturo Thunder Gotti tabbed as a nasty body shot, knockout, and made his first defense of the WBC junior welterweight title and his second round KO of Leonard Duran at the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey. In this week, 2004, 12,000 people in attendance. Gotti was a huge betting favorite. Go check it out.
I mean, I think Gotti was already pretty much past his prime when he did pass, but I feel like he went too soon.
Nobody knows how he died. Some people say it was suicide. Some say his wife killed him. I don't think his wife killed him personally, but who knows?
I know one thing about anybody, though, man. I wouldn't put anything past anyone. I mean, Phil Hartman's wife killed him.
Yeah. The one thing about Gotti, what he was doing is, in his last 2 days there, last couple of years, he's getting really drunk. He's fighting guys, beating up 3 or 4 guys. He's not a big guy. He's 5'8", 5'9", 150 pounds. He's not a big guy, but he hits hard. So he's fighting all these guys, fighting with his woman. I believe there was some domestic stuff. I won't get into all the details of it, but there's some things like that. So he's kind of spiraling. I don't know if it's from the concussions. I don't know if it's from the pain pills or the drinking. I don't know, but yeah, he had a rough last couple of years there.
Well, God bless and rest in peace, Arturo Gotti. Thank you for sharing that, Mr. Michaels. All right, man. Let's wrap this baby up. Let's get on our way. Let's get into the weekend. I know you got a show this evening as well, so you got to get ready for that. Guys, I'm Bobby Sampson.
Oh, thanks for saying that. So, thanks for bringing that up. Not official, but it's looking like 90% sure. Hastings Racetrack in Vancouver opened up in 1889. Been through 2 world wars, all this stuff. Stood there.
Elvis, the Beatles.
Elvis, the Beatles. Everybody's been there. Yep. Hogan's been down there. They've all been there. Andre. This August, if it stands now, will be the last horse race ever at Hastings Track. By this March, they're going to shut that thing down. If the Whitecaps and the BC place don't if the Whitecaps or MLS don't find a new stadium situation, Whitecaps will be leaving Vancouver. The idea is they're going to tear down the racetrack, that whole big open field, big open area, and make a Whitecap stadium there, which will take 2 to 3 years to build. That's the idea. So they told us, guys, by March you're out. For the most, if it stands right now. And also, they're not making any money there, right? Like people that own it are back in Ontario. The company that can't remember what it's called. So yeah, you need everybody get down to that racetrack. It's not official, but it's like 90%. I'm 90% positive. I think they have the inside track. This August, end of August, I think first week of September, whatever, Labor Day there, whatever. It'll be the last horse race ever at Hastings Racetrack. Over 100 years of horse racing. I love the horse racing myself. I absolutely love it. You don't need to be a betting man. Just sitting there watching those horses is so amazing on a summer night like this. Wrestling horse race is nothing like it. Now, the problem is the younger generation, they don't like watching horses. They don't care about it. So it's fading out. Basically an old man sport.
That's unfortunate, man. We lost the Indy. Now we're going to lose the horses.
Looking like it. Well, dude, if you go there, the guys that are betting are all guys in 50s and 60s. You'll see young people there, but they're just drinking, hooting and hollering. They don't actually care about the races. The guys that actually show up and stuff.
I've noticed most of the young people there are there for group activities or group functions.
Yeah. So what they do there, they try to make it hip and happening. So we got wrestling tonight, and the next night they'll have a car show or a wine and cigar night or a DJ night to get people to the track to buy a beer, buy a hot dog, buy a pop. Go to the casino. There's a bar down there. You know what I mean? But it's tough because there's so many things to do in Vancouver, right? And horse racing, unfortunately, we still have it in Cloverdale. That's the chariot racing, right? It's fortunately the kids, 15, 16, don't give a crap about it.
Well,
it is what it is, right? People change.
I guess everything phases out eventually, right?
Yeah. Horse racing is still big in certain parts of the world. It's not big in Vancouver.
Oh, it's huge in Japan. It's huge in the UK. It's huge
in the States.
In the States, right? Belmont. The Preakness, But hey, man, the world's going, right?
Yeah.
Hey, brother, man, I'm Bobby Sampson. He's Mr. Chance Michaels.
And in the words of the great ACDC, those that download, like, subscribe to the podcast, we salute you.
Also, we salute Ozzy Osbourne. We
Yep.
can't forget about that. This was a heavy week. Things
Yeah.
happened at 3, brother, man. It showed itself again. The
Mhm.
number 3, right? We lost Theo Huxtable,
Yep.
Malcolm Jamal Warner from the Cosby Show. An ionic piece of our childhood, at least mine.
Yep.
You know, then we lost Ozzy, and then we lost the greatest of all time, Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
So all 3 of you legends, rest in peace. The TV world just got a little brighter up in heaven. The
Yep.
wrestling world just got a little brighter. And man, I bet Ozzy's hitting that stage hard right now.
Like he always did.
Can you imagine that? Eddie Van Halen on guitar, Ozzy on vocals, Lemmy on bass,
John
Bonham
Bonham on drums. Yep. Imagine that band.
Wow.
They could rock
Almost
it, man.
makes me wish I could kind of get up there quicker than they're not. Not saying that
No,
I
I
want
know what
to,
you mean.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That would be the wrestling shows up there would be absolutely off the hook, and the concert would be something else.
Yeah, SmackDown's supposedly doing a big tribute tonight, so we'll see, bringing some
So, yeah.
legends, some cameos. So this
We'll
will
see
be a
what they
big.
do
This is
tonight.
going to draw a big rating tonight.
Well, hopefully they do the right thing by him.
They
I know
will.
it's a new
They will.
regime and stuff like that. We talked about it off the air. You're giving him credit. This is the first time we're
I'm going to
kind
give him
of.
credit just because Hogan built this place.
I
And
appreciate that. I want to give him that credit that you are, but I almost feel they're going to drop the ball, and I hope I'm wrong.
I don't think so, because I know one thing about Triple H. He's a student of the game. He loves the history of wrestling. Ric Flair is his best friend and his idol. Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan are super close. I'm not saying Triple H and Hogan were buddies, but Triple H knows. He even wrote about how amazing Hogan is. So I think Triple H is going to tell these guys, hey, guys, listen, we're going to look like real dweebs if we don't do a knockout show for the most popular, greatest superstar we've ever had in wrestling, NWE. Let's do it right. I'm pretty positive.
Go back and watch the clip of when Triple H was in the ring cutting a promo on Hogan, and Hogan came out to Voodoo Child.
Was he playing the guitar? Air guitar?
With just the ring entrance, the way it was, but it was Triple H that I was really, interested in. You could tell while he was standing there watching him come down, he felt like you could see the kid in him come out.
Mm-hmm. He knows. He knows.
He had to cover his mouth because he wanted to smile and cheer.
Mm-hmm. I didn't notice that. Yeah, I love Hogan's entrance when he comes out, especially in the NWA. He's rocking the guitar and the belt, or the weightlifting belt. Like it's Dennis Rodman gave him a great tribute too. He's got tons of tributes coming in, right? So
no, a lot of tributes, and the ones that I'm waiting for haven't come. And
I think that one's coming tonight. That's why he's been quiet.
I hope so, man.
That would shock everybody.
Of all the people, it would, right? But we're not saying names. If we don't see nothing by Tuesday, I will drop his name.
Yeah.
I will call him out myself.
I think he's jealous of the man. I think he knew he was better than him, sold more tickets, way more popular, and that's why he's jealous. The guy's jealous of everybody.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Jeez. All right. Again, I'm Bobby Sampson. He's Mr. Chance Michaels. Guys, work hard. Believe in yourself. Do not give up on your dreams. Say your prayers and eat your vitamins. Samp and Chance are out.